What's up, everybody? Team Takeover. It's Wayne Shada here with a new concept that I've been thinking
IQWrestler.
about. I'm thinking about. I was thinking about this concept. I've been watching. Pardon the interruption, and I noticed that you're able to do interviews on Skype and other programs. And I said, some of these vlogs that IQ wrestlers here, all the way from Australia. What's up, IQ?
Not much.
So you know uh, the whole thing about the vlogs is that there's so many vloggers now, and that basically what's going on is we're kind of, in my opinion, we're all talking about the same stuff. So I figured I'd change mine up, and allow some of the other vloggers to talk with me. That way, and I'm gonna plan on hopefully having more vloggers and other posters on here for the future. But nonetheless, I am honored to have the IQ wrestler, my buddy that I go back and forth with on Twitter. I always threaten to knock him out when I'm drunk, but it's all good. But we're here to preview the the Strikeforce Grand Prix heavyweight Overeem versus Werdum. Um, IQ, first off, this is way overdue. This whole show is way overdue. Um, this was supposed to happen earlier in the year. Rumors have it. I mean, there's so many speculations you can go on about how maybe possibly the reason why this didn't go on was because everybody with the steroids, and what do you think? I mean, we're now under a whole different company. We're under the new um, just a brand new setup for Strikeforce. I'm really excited. I'm curious to see how Zuffa is going to treat this whole Grand Prix in general. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's way overdue. I'm a bit sick of waiting for it, to be honest. There's a lot of interesting things going on here. You got Barnett, his history with Dana White and the UFC and everything. And you got, the tournament format, which is, something that Zuffa basically started, not Zuffa, UFC I should say, basically started. It hasn't done one in, so many years, and it's finally back. I can't wait.
Yeah, but let's start this off because I don't want to make this too long. First fight on the main card, because I mean we could go on and on about on this card, but I don't want to bore people. Under
Yeah.
So the first fight is going to be the older brother of Alistair Overeem, Valentin Overeem versus Chad Griggs. Now we know Griggs was supposed to be kind of like a pushover for, if I'm correct, Bobby Lashley, and you can correct me whenever you feel like it. But Griggs ended up winning the in the last Grand Prix, part of the Grand Prix, and so did Overeem. He beat Ray Sefo. Who do you think is going to win? Because I have Valentin Overeem winning this. I think, with all the training that's going on, I always go with Team Golden Glory, the way that they treated me back when I met them in Queens. I mean, I'm always going to be biased towards Golden Glory, but I think Valentin Overeem, just a more experienced fighter and just a great striker. I think he has a lot going for this. Hopefully, I mean, it would be interesting to see if we get to see that Overeem versus Overeem fight that possibly could happen maybe in the future. What do you think? I got Overeem by knockout. I'd say, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go with Overeem by decision. I think Griggs is a tough bastard. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Old Graham's been around forever, and Chad Griggs hasn't been around as long, but he's a pretty old guy. It's tough to tell with Griggs because it's 2 fights in a row he's had that he's supposed to lose and he hasn't. So, but I still think Valentine, his experience will be, more than enough to handle whatever Griggs
Yeah,
can throw at him. And I got him by a submission.
really, what round?
I'll go round one
Ooh,
early.
okay. I got you. All right, second fight of the night. Um, is going to be Daniel Cormier versus Jeff Monson. Monson, former UFC veteran, if I'm correct. Just a strong, just a vicious looking dude, man, with the tattoos and everything. But I think Monson's going to win. I'm going to go with Monson by knockout in the second round. Um, and this fight, I actually think is going to be very close, mainly because, with these guys, a lot of times, the the older they get, it's one fight that can make or break. Eventually, you see a decline. But I'm going with Monson. I don't know why I'm going with them. I'm just going with them. What do you think?
Stuff. I'm a big Monson fan. I like his look and, the way he fights. But I'm going to go with Cormier here. He's one of the top heavyweight prospects right now. Top shelf wrestling. And he's evolving every fight. He's getting better and better. While Jeff Monson has sort of, he's as good as he's going to get sort of thing. And I think Cormier will use his wrestling to keep this one on the feet and probably eke out a close decision, I think, in this one.
Okay, I can respect that. So, if anything, we're gonna see at least a different result because he might be he might have the better results than I do. I always thought, the last UFC, I actually was the first time I've been doing these vlogs where I got every fight right. I'm so proud of myself. I was starting to doubt my intelligence, my MMA intelligence. So Anyway, third fight's gonna be KJ Noons versus George Masvidal. What do you think? How do you think this is
This will
gonna
be
go?
a great fight.
Yes, it will.
Uh, Tough. I'm going to go with Masvidal here. He's really huge for a lightweight. And he should be able to hold his own on the feet and, work out a decision, I think, in this one.
I think I'm gonna go with the same thing with you, on this fight. I just think Masvidal is just, I don't know. I just think that this is gonna be, it's first off, it's gonna be a real war. If anything, this is
Yeah,
gonna be it's gonna be a brutal fight. Um, Nunes, I believe his last fight was against Diaz. Am I correct on that?
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm going with Masvidal with this. I think I'm going to go with you. Um, and really and truly, a big fight that I'm looking forward to. And the next fight, which is going to be Josh Barnett versus Brett Rogers, which what's interesting to me is I think Barnett is going to be in the finals. I'm going to call it right now. I think I always pick Barnett. I thought it was going to go down to Barnett and Overeem in the finals. Rogers has that one knockout power. He looked kind of suspect when Overeem took him down. Um, in his fight against Overeem. But I think Barnett's going to win. I think Barnett's going to win in devastating fashion. Actually, I think that he's going to try to make a real statement. When I spoke to Barnett, when they had the the Grand Prix press conference, if you want to call it, um, about a year ago. I got to talk to Barnett, who, from what my friends were telling me, was a real scumbag. Barnett was supposed to be a real mean person, but nonetheless, he was really really cool. And I told him, man, I think it's going to come down to you and Overeem. And if Overeem somehow gets injured, I think Barnett was going to win it. Um, but that's of course if Overeem and Fedor. Well, there was a couple of circumstances to how I thought he would win, but I'm picking Barnett by knockout in the first round. I think Rogers got exposed in his fight against Overeem. Uh, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But with Rogers, he has that, he's got massive knockout power. So he can always play spoiler. But I don't think it's going to happen here. Josh is one of my favourite fighters. And I think he's way too well-rounded. To fall for a one-punch knockout. And he's going to take this down and hopefully pull out some sort of crazy catch submission. I told him I want him to pull out Texas Cloverleaf.
That'd be awesome, right? That would be pretty sick. Awesome. My friend always jokes around that one day he's going to see Lesnar do the F5. And if that happened, I think that would be the greatest thing that ever happened in MMA. But I got a lot of hate for my my Lesnar nut hugging for my last vlog, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna stop mentioning him. But I think yeah, I mean Barnett's coming in. I think he's gonna try to make a huge statement in this, and I think Barnett's gonna win by ground and pound in the first round. So that's the way I'm seeing it. I mean, it looks like we both have the same opinion. You have him by submission. I have him by ground and pound. By ref stoppage. And the last fight of the night is going to be Alistar Overeem versus Fabricio Werdum. I have been waiting for this fight a very, very, very long time. And Overeem is a monster. Let me tell you something about this guy, Overeem. He's walking around, okay, like he's the king of the world. And I hung out with the guy for like an hour, and I mentioned that because I'm so it was like a real highlight of my life. But this guy is walking around confident like you wouldn't believe, And I think Overeem is pissed about this Werdum, his loss against Werdum. That's old news. The Overeem that we saw back in the day in Pride is not the Overeem we see now. His striking has gone, to the top of the charts. If you watch the Voice versus that he had the preview, the sneak peek. Badahari talked about how Overeem is probably the top 5 K1 level strikers in the world. I think that Overeem is going to come in and he's going to take a shot. I think Werdum's going to try his best to try to pull guard. But you better believe Martin DeJohn is going to be working with Overeem on his jiu-jitsu defense, and he's going to try his best to keep this standing up. I think Overeem's going to be a fool if he tries to go down, but you never know. But I have Overeem knocking him out quick and viciously, and I think he's going to strike fear in the hearts of many a heavyweight right now. I have Overeem winning this whole thing. I'm hoping Dana White actually does right by the fans, and probably whoever wins this this whole Grand Prix somehow either fights the UFC champ for the UFC title, or I don't know. There's got to be some type of super fight. But I have Overeem winning this by knockout in the first round. What are your thoughts?
Well, Overeem is acting like the king of the world because he is the king of the world. I mean, I really can't see anyone at all stopping Overeem at the moment. I mean, he's just looked like a monster, a total monster. Werdum is obviously going to want to get this to the ground. But even then, it's not the same Overeem that he fought in Pride. It's a much better one. And I don't even think he'll be able to get to the ground. We saw what happened when Werdum stands with people with good striking, right. Like the Junior Dos Santos fight and the start of the fight with Fedor. I mean, the bell rang and got knocked down. So Overeem is just he's gonna maul him. And I've got him taking this for a brutal knockout in the first round very quickly.
How shocked will you be if this goes to decision? I think I'll be more shocked than the last pay-per-view,
Yeah, I'll be pretty shocked if it goes to decision. Yeah, definitely.
But either way, it should be a great night of fights. Dude, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. It was a real honor to have you on here. And we're gonna do this again because I think this is gonna come out great. We have a
Yep.
brand new Team Takeover website. I haven't even looked at it yet. I haven't. I don't even know anything about it. Fletch talked to me about it a while ago. Because I've been hauling him, like complaining to him. We need somewhere where we can talk. IQ Wrestler and me. We need somewhere to put our stuff in. And I'm looking forward to doing a lot more vlogs with you. I'm going to try my best to stay to this format. If God forbid I can't find anybody out there, and I'm calling everybody off. I already spoke to Die Off, who that crazy bastard with the Miley Cyrus obsession. But I'm trying my best to change this up. I hope this comes over good. God forbid this doesn't work. You know how much pain I had to go through to get this thing to finally work. But thank you to Zombie Prophet. Hopefully there's no beef again. That's always a day in and day out beef with Team Takeover and Iron Forge and Iron. But dude, that's it, man. You check out IQ Wrestler's vlog. I'm gonna probably have the links on the bottom. Hopefully, if there's everything works out, please God. But I'm gonna have his link on the bottom because IQ Wrestler does a lot of stuff when it comes to vlogging and his writing. Dude, your writing is awesome. I give credit where credit's
Thank
due.
you.
Your writing's awesome, and nonetheless, post on the pro wrestling part of the forum, right? Right, IQ? Because we're like
Definitely.
it's me, him, and like two other people that are the only ones contributing there. Shout out to Bud St. Lane. I can't wait, man. This is gonna be awesome. Peace, comment, feedback. Um, talk to you guys later. Greetings from Brooklyn. So long for Brooklyn, and from where? And Australia, right?
Yep.
Isn't
Much
technology great, man?
unknown.
Technology is
It
great.
is.
All right, man.
It
Later.
is.